afternoon. This is Amanda Stem, Operations Manager at Wydell Real Estate. Thank you for joining today's webinar. I am going to mute the callers to eliminate background noise at this time. As always, I will open up the webinar at the end for any questions that you have. So as we're going along today, feel free to jot them down. You will have the opportunity to ask questions at the end. The subject of today's webinar is setting up saved searches and auto emails in the multiple listing system. This is a great way to automatically interact with your clients without having to go through the steps of doing a search every time and manually emailing them the results. You might be saying, hey, real estate is a relationship business, so why are we trying to automate the steps that we are contacting our sphere and our potential hot list and warm list of people who might be interested in buying and selling? Well, one of the reasons we use automation is to free up our schedule so that we're able to concentrate on those relationship building tasks, to make the phone calls, to have the face-to-face appointments. If you have your auto email set up, if you have the emails going out automatically to your clients, you're going to make sure that they don't miss anything that's coming on the market. You can let them know in the beginning that you're going to be setting up some broad parameters. So there may be things that come to them in those emails that are not of any interest to them at all. But while you're going to be very familiar with what it is they're looking for, they are the ones that are going to ultimately be making the decision. So you don't want to eliminate any properties from the search that they may somehow consider to be ideal for their situation. So sometimes things that they don't know they're looking for might spur some interest. So that's why we try and leave the parameters as broad as possible. So today we're going to be looking at Trend multiple listing because the majority of Wydell offices are members of Trend as their primary board. For those of you who use Garden State or even Middlesex, the instructions are very, very similar, and the steps that you go through are similar. There's just going to be different wording and different icons on the screen that you might click on. So from Trend, you can go to the search button right here, and under listings, you choose the type of listing you want to search for. In this case, we are going to look for residential listings. Then you've got the opportunity to add some search criteria in. You can start typing the name of the county you want to use. We're going to search in Mercer County, New Jersey today. You can then further refine it by picking a specific town or MLS area. And then as our clients are almost always constrained by price, you can put a parameter for price range in here. In Trend, as you're adding and subtracting the different criteria, you can see how many matches are currently found for the criteria you entered. So if you don't feel like that is enough properties, you can change the criteria as you go along. So changing the price range by a couple 100,000, change the amount of listings that are currently available in Pennington Borough in Mercer County from 6 to 10. In order to save the search in Trend, you first have to click on the Results button. And then you have the opportunity to save the search and give it a name. From here, you can also not only save the search, but you can go ahead and set up the auto email, which is the second portion of what we're talking about today. So after running that particular search criteria, we're going to go ahead and set up the auto email. Which opens the window that has the information that you've got to add to enter the auto email. So there's a couple different, if you wanted to use the MLS to house information on your clients as far as what their phone number is and some more specific information, you can add that. But what's highlighted here in yellow is the absolute minimum of the information that you have to include. So that's first name, last name, and of course an email address that the email is going to go to. From here we click Save. Trend gives you some standard text that's in the message box here. You can, of course, change that to anything that you would like. There are two options. You've got the welcome email and the recurring email. The welcome email is the first email that they're going to receive, and that's going to contain everything under the search criteria that you've just entered. The recurring emails, when you set them up, are only going to be listings that have been recently added or changed in some way. So price reductions, things like that would come up in the recurring email, and anything new that comes on the market after you've set up your initial search criteria is what will happen in the recurring email. So again, like the other screen, the portions that are highlighted in yellow are the absolute bare minimum information that you have to enter in to set up the automatic search. Your signature will be set up with your contact information, and then you also have the ability to schedule when the emails go out. So if you want the emails to go out the instant that the new things come on the market, you can choose ASAP, or you have the ability to choose daily and the time of day they go out. So the emails can go out in the morning on particular days or in the afternoon on other days, or if you don't want people to be bothered a particular day of the week, you can unselect that day entirely. So now that I've unselected Sunday morning, the emails will be sent on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday morning. If you chose to, you could have them go out on a monthly basis, but I think that is far too infrequently, especially for the pace of the market right now, and it would be very hard to keep people up to date on what's on the market with a once-a-month email. So from there, you are set up. You've got your saved search in there. You've got the auto email set up. You will receive a couple of different notifications. You're able to receive email notifications that the welcome email, whether if it's been viewed or not. You'll get an email if it hasn't been viewed by your client within 2 days of it being sent. After 30 days of it being sent, the auto email will be disabled. So if your client hasn't viewed it within that 30-day time period, they won't be able to view the listings within that email. You will also get notification whether or not the client has clicked on any of the subsequent emails that go out within 10 days after the welcome email. And after 79 days of the initial alert, that auto email that you've set up will be disabled. So if it's not being clicked on or responded to in any way, it will eventually be disabled. But that still gives you 80 days of automatic emails that are going out without you having to do anything to get that information out there to their clients. You can also check under your auto emails. You can check and see what's been sent out. You can see which emails are currently active and going out. If there's a problem, you'll have the red exclamation point here. This one is going out correctly and has been received. And you're getting, you can also see whether or not you're receiving a blind carbon copy of that email. So I am going to open it up to questions now, but that's how in the Trend multiple listing system you set up a saved search and an auto email. Does anyone have any questions on this process at this time? Okay, well, thank you very much for joining me today to learn how to set up auto emails in the multiple listing system. Have a great afternoon.